Hey everyone, it's Thunderbolt and welcome back to another power levels video. These are the Universe 6 Saga final base power levels. These are the Universe 6 Saga top 5 and these are the real power levels of those top 5. And without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Dragon Ball Super Power Scale Manga Only Part 4, the Future Trunks Saga, or the Goku Black Saga if you want to call it that. So, if you recall, last time I had tried to do the calculations for this arc, I made a calculation error. And fun fact, I also made another calculation error when I was calculating the fusions of these arcs, and basically this whole arc was a mess, right? I made a few mistakes and my readings were completely wrong. So here I have finally fixed all my errors. I have much better numbers now, numbers that make way more sense now. So I hope you really like it. Even after all this, if I have made another calculation mistake, guys, please let me know in the comments. Okay, once this video is out, go through the video, check if I've made any mistakes, or if you find any mistakes in my other videos when it comes to calculations only, right? Please let me know and I will rework all of them. Okay, anyway, let's get started. So these are the domination multipliers. If you're new to this channel and don't know what domination multipliers are, what this basically means is if you're 1.25 times stronger than your opponent, it means you can start to overwhelm them. Similarly, if you're 2 times stronger, you can tank attacks unhurt, so on and so forth. These are the other multipliers that you need to keep track of for this video. I'm not going to read them out, so just pause the screen and take a look at them. These numbers are not random. If you want to know how I came up with all these numbers, go and watch my other videos. I highly recommend those people who are watching this series to watch it in order, starting all the way from the Saiyan Saga up until this point. Also, the power levels of Dragon Ball Super are scaled down. Goten at the start of Super had a power level of 15.7 million and we scaled that down to 1, and everyone else was scaled down accordingly because the power levels of Dragon Ball Super are way too high, right? Which is why it's easier to calculate when these power levels are scaled down. At the end of each video, I reveal what the real power levels of the top 5 are. Okay, so in this arc, it is very obvious that Vegeta is stronger than Goku. We've seen it numerous times. You will see it as well. Let's start with Goku's power level. It's been some time since the Universe 6 Saga. We haven't exactly seen whether Goku got weaker or stronger or not, but we have to assume that he got stronger since we see that he's training over here. So let's just make him 1.25 times stronger, which is the minimum acceptable growth I give people. So that means Goku now has a power level of 2683. We also know that when Goku and Trunks were fighting in the Super Saiyan 2 forms, they were more or less equal. Even V says that their skills are almost equal, or maybe Trunks is slightly better. Trunks is slightly better because of his sword, I think. Other than that, I believe that their power levels were equal. So Future Trunks also has a power level of 2683. And they were in their Super Saiyan 2 forms, so they both had a power level of 268,300 because Super Saiyan 2 is 100 times stronger than base. Then what happened is Goku transformed into Super Saiyan 3 and Trunks said, I also never thought this was my limit, and Trunks also quote unquote transformed, but he didn't change his appearance, but it didn't look like his appearance changed. So that's why Vegeta was surprised. He's like, he didn't transform, but he is as strong as Kakarot's Super Saiyan 3. That means the Super Saiyan 2 form has an upgraded version, similar to how the original Super Saiyan form has grade 2 and grade 3 and so on. The Super Saiyan 2 form also has an upgraded form. And one can also go back to Battle of Gods when Vegeta was enraged and fought against Beerus when he became stronger than Goku's Super Saiyan 3. One can assume that at that moment Vegeta was very close to unlocking this upgraded form. So we know that the upgraded form is as strong as Super Saiyan 3, which means it had the exact same boost Super Saiyan 3 had. Super Saiyan 3 is 3 times your Super Saiyan 2 form, which is why the upgraded Super Saiyan 2 form is also a 3 times boost, which means Super Saiyan 2 Future Trunks upgraded equals to Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which equals to 804,900. So now if you look at Future Trunks from the Cell Saga, his power level was 807 million, and if you scale that down, it comes up to be 51.44. That means Future Trunks became about 52 times stronger since the events of the Cell Saga. So in his timeline, about 11 years have taken place, so it makes sense for him to get that much stronger in 11 years. But after fighting Goku, he tells Goku that it was still nothing against Black. We know that Trunks has fought Goku Black when Goku Black was in his Super Saiyan 2 form. because when Goku Black transformed into Super Saiyan 2, Trunks is like, it's been a while since I've seen that, which means he has fought Black in his Super Saiyan 2. So that means Super Saiyan 2 Black is stronger than Super Saiyan 2 upgraded future Trunks. So let's make Black 1.25 times stronger than upgraded Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. That's the minimum boost we can give him. That means Super Saiyan 2 Black has a power level of 1 million. That means base Goku Black has a power level of 10,000. So over here, we know that Black is 1.75 times stronger than exhausted Super Saiyan 2 Future Trunks' Masenko, because the Masenko blasted him away and he could not tank it. He had to like block, right? So doing the math, we find out that exhausted Super Saiyan 2 Future Trunks was fighting at a power level of 4,107. That means exhausted base Trunks had a power level of 41. That means Trunks was down to his last 1.5% of his full power, which is exactly why when Trunks got into the time machine, Black assumed that Trunks did not have any power left to fly away because Trunks was at 1.5%. So this makes perfect sense. Then, before Goku and Vegeta went to the future, Vegeta and Trunks trained. Okay, they trained the whole night. I firmly believe that in this training session, Trunks actually taught Vegeta how to use the upgraded form. Okay, that's the only way I can make this arc make sense. I kid you not, there's a lot of bullshit that happens in this arc and I can only make it make sense if Vegeta has the upgraded form. Alright, and that also explains why in Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta never had to go Super Saiyan 3 because the upgraded form of Super Saiyan 2 itself is a 3 times boost and it doesn't reduce as much power as Super Saiyan 3 does. It's a more convenient form to fight in. And we also know that when Black and Vegeta fought, Vegeta had the advantage, as Mai says here. So, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta upgraded at the very minimum is 1.25 times stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Black because he had started to overwhelm him. And we also know that at this point, Black had received a Zenkai because Trunks says that he's gotten much stronger since the last time I fought him. So, giving Black the minimum Zenkai of 1.3 times puts Black at 13,000. So, Super Saiyan 2 Black would be at 1.3 million, which means since Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta upgraded is 1.25 times stronger than that, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta upgraded stands at 1.6 million. And dividing this by 300, we find out that Vegeta's base power is 5,450. So, in the beginning of the Goku Black arc, Vegeta is 2 times stronger than Goku, which also means since the Universe 6 saga, he became 3.17 times stronger, which is very consistent with the growths that Vegeta has had in the past. So, when Goku over here tells Vegeta that he's gotten better and Vegeta replies with "I'm just getting started," it's not just banter. Vegeta really did grow stronger faster than Goku did, and Vegeta is just getting started. And an in-universe explanation for this is that Goku is a farmer and Chi-Chi was making him work, so he could not train all the time. But Vegeta, on the other hand, could train all the time, which is why Vegeta became stronger much faster than Goku did. Next up, in this moment, I'm pretty sure that Goku Black also unlocked Super Saiyan 2 upgraded, right? This is because Goku Black is a mimic, right? He can mimic the powers and the abilities that he sees. We've seen him do it in the anime as well. So he mimicked Vegeta's Super Saiyan 2 upgraded and he powered up over here as well. So giving him the 3 times boost, Super Saiyan 2 Black upgraded stands at 3.9 million. But he is fighting Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and the Super Saiyan Blue form has a 60,000 multiplier on top of base. So Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta stands at 327 million. So Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is 83 times stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Black upgraded, which explains this panel where he's whooping the shit out of Black. But then Zamasu steps in and gives Black a Zenkai. Let's give Black the minimum Zenkai of 1.3. That means Super Saiyan 2 Black upgraded is now at 5.1 million. But we know that even with this upgrade, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is still way stronger than Black, which is why he could completely dissipate Black's ki. But we should remember that the Super Saiyan Blue form puts a lot of strain on the body and the user loses a lot of power very quickly. Because in the Universe 6 saga, Vegeta barely did anything and went down to 2% of his power, which is crazy. Then Vegeta also tried to get a Zenkai, but he didn't increase his power at all. Trunks says it's no longer possible because they have already reached their limits. So basically, Vegeta is either at his limit, like they were in the Cell Saga, or Vegeta didn't get a Zenkai boost because his brain was not scared and the damage wasn't immense. So in our power scale series, we have the assumption that the amount of boost you get from a Zenkai depends on how scared your brain is or how screwed up your mind believes you are, and also depends on the damage, of course. In this situation, Vegeta's brain wasn't scared and the damage wasn't immense. Black, on the other hand, probably got the boosts with lesser damage and no fear because he had a lot of leftover potential. As in the Universe 6 Saga, Goku was stronger than Vegeta but is now weaker. So Goku still has some potential left. Also, maybe the fact that Zamasu is a real god might also be increasing his potential. Other than that, I have no other explanation for this. So Zenkai depends on how scared your brain thinks you are, the damage you receive, as well as the potential that is left in your body. If you are at your limit, you will not get a Zenkai. So now in this panel, Goku Black tells Vegeta that his level is quite suitable for increasing his strength. So that means Vegeta at the very minimum is 6.4 times stronger than Goku Black. Why? Because 6.4 is the highest Zenkai boost someone can get. So we know that Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta at 100% is 327 million, but now his power level is just 6.4 times greater than Goku Black's power in his Super Saiyan 2 upgraded form, which means Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta now has a power level of 32 million. So Vegeta now is only fighting at about 10%, which makes perfect sense to me because in the previous arc, when Vegeta used Blue, he went down to 2%, but now he has better control of Blue, so now he can fight for a while, actually fight for a while, and still go down to 10%, not 2%. So in terms of progression, this makes perfect sense. And then of course Black got another Zenkai, so now we have again given him a 1.3 times boost. His power is now 6.6 million in his upgraded Super Saiyan 2 form, which means his base form has now jumped from 17,000 to 22,000. After which, he again mimicked Vegeta and transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, or in his case, Super Saiyan Rosé. So Rosé and Blue are the same transformation, they have the same multiplier, 60,000, which means Super Saiyan Rosé Black has a power level of 1.3 billion. And since he is fighting Vegeta, who is at 10%, this completely makes sense. Now let's get to Zamasu. So we know that Shin in the Buu Saga had a power level of 297 billion. If we scale that down to the super power levels, that's 18,860. And we know that Zamasu is stronger than Shin because Shin himself says that he must be one of the most skilled fighters, even including all the Lords of Lords across the universes. But Zamasu also acknowledges Shin's strength, so Zamasu is not that much stronger than Shin. So making him 1.25 times stronger makes perfect sense. So Zamasu is now at 23,575. Vegeta then went into the hyperbolic time chamber, and when he came out, his Super Saiyan Blue form was stronger than Goku Black's Super Saiyan Rosé. Let's give him the minimum boost. So Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is 1.25 times stronger than Super Saiyan Rosé Black. That brings Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta's power to be 1.6 billion. That means Super Saiyan God Vegeta is at 41 million. That means Vegeta's base form is at 27,631. So when he went into the time chamber, even though I don't think he spent a whole year in there, Vegeta became 5 times stronger. And now, since he was 2 times stronger than Goku earlier, he is now 10 times stronger than Goku. So Goku is 10 times weaker than Vegeta. That is insane. But don't worry, Goku fans, Goku does catch up. So then Black and Zamasu fuse. From the previous calculations, we have figured out that the Potara fusion formula is A plus B times 252, where A and B are the power levels of the two individuals. So we know that Zamasu fused with Super Saiyan Rosé Black, and Old Kai states that if you fuse when you are in your Super Saiyan forms, your fusion will also be in the Super Saiyan form, but your fusion will forever be stuck in the Super Saiyan form, right? Which is why our Zamasu is stuck in its Rosé form. So now fused Zamasu equals to Super Saiyan Rosé Black's power plus Zamasu's power into 252, which brings fused Zamasu's power level to be 334 billion. Okay, that's insane. And if you guys want to really, know how and why I got this formula, go check out those videos. There are 2 videos on fusion. Okay, go check those out. They explain exactly what the formulas for the Potara as well as the fusion dance are. But now remember, since Zamasu is in his Super Saiyan Rose form, which is equivalent to Super Saiyan Blue, Zamasu is losing power. That's because Super Saiyan Blue puts a massive strain on the body and loses power very quickly. Super Saiyan Rose is doing the exact same thing, right? So Zamasu over here, he's doing all these attacks, these pretty beautiful looking attacks where he's destroying cities, launching Blight of Judgment, things like that. He's losing a lot of power. Just keep that in mind. Then Goku and Vegeta fuse into Vegito. They fuse when they are in their base forms. So base Goku plus base Vegeta into 252 brings base Vegito's power to be 7.6 million, and then he transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, which gives him a power level of 458 billion. That means Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is nearly 1.4 times stronger than fused Zamasu, and that's quite close to 1.5, which means easy to overwhelm. Also remember, thanks to Super Saiyan Rose, fused Zamasu is losing power at a rapid rate, which increases the gap between him and Vegito even more. And the more Vegito damages Zamasu, the more Zamasu's power level goes down as well. And here, Vegito's fusion ran out before fused Zamasu's, right? So Vegito's fusion ran out because, thanks to Goku's perfected Super Saiyan Blue, Vegito was not losing any power. And that much power was too much for the Potara. Fused Zamasu, on the other hand, had a lower power level, right? And kept getting weaker, up to the point that the Potara could just allow him to stay fused for the whole hour, because he's now lost so much power that that power has no effect on the time limit. But Goasu says that perhaps it's just the limit of mortals, but it's not. Like, Goasu is just speculating. He has no idea what's happening. This makes way more sense. And even Vegeta, after the fusion breaks, Vegeta says, "It became clear to me while we were fused that Goku has perfected Super Saiyan Blue. That's because Vegito was using perfected Super Saiyan Blue." And when Vegeta is saying all this to Trunks, Zamasu over here is opening a bunch of portals and, beating the crap out of Goku, losing even more and more power. Then Trunks healed Goku, and Goku definitely received a Zenkai boost from this, because what Trunks does is called Kai healing. On top of that, he tells Trunks, "You're amazing, Trunks, you really fixed me up." And he's like looking at himself like, "Oh wow, this is great," right? So Goku definitely received a Zenkai boost from this. You know what, let's give him the max boost of 6.4. So giving Goku the 6.4 boost, Goku's base power comes out to be 17,171, which makes Goku 1.6 times weaker than Vegeta. But he's still weaker than Vegeta, but at least he caught up, So now Super Saiyan Blue Goku has a power level of 1 billion, and we know that perfected Super Saiyan Blue Goku is now equal to fused Zamasu, because Trunks states that he's fighting equally with Zamasu, which means weakened fused Zamasu is also at 1 billion. Doing the math, it means that fused Zamasu is at 0.3% of his full power, and this makes a lot of sense, because take a look at these panels. Zamasu gets injured, but then there's this purple goo shit coming out of him. Also, point to note, Zamasu's aura is exactly the same as Rose's aura, which makes sense, okay, that he's losing power. Anyway, now Goku and Vegeta, and even Trunks, have realized that Zamasu keeps losing power. So after this power up, Trunks is surprised that he's still got so much power left, right? But then Vegeta is like, no, not quite. He's just like Goku, which means his power level is the same as Goku's. He has weakened, he has become weak. But his aura is pouring out from his injured body. He is flown into such a rage that he is no longer considering the burden he's putting on himself. If he allows that much energy to erupt without first restoring his physical stamina, even if he's immortal, he'll still suffer the consequences. So, my theory that Zamasu is losing power at a rapid rate is not just a theory anymore, it is completely confirmed by Vegeta himself and by what happens in the manga. That's the whole reason why Goku was able to fight on par with him. And then the 1 hour is up, the fusion splits, that is the end of the arc, because infinite Zamasu happens, blah blah blah, no more fighting, no more power levels. So these are the Future Trunks Saga final base power levels, with fused Zamasu at 334 billion, Vegito at 7.6 million, Vegeta at 27,000, Zamasu at 23,000, Black at 22,000, Goku at 17,000, and Future Trunks at 2,683. Then we have the Future Trunks Saga top 5. We have Super Saiyan Blue Vegito in first place at 458 billion, Fused Zamasu at 334 billion, second place. Then third place we have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta at 1.6 billion. Fourth place Super Saiyan Rose Black at 1.3 billion. Fifth place Super Saiyan Blue Goku at 1 billion. And these are the real power levels of the top 5. Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is at 7.2 quintillion. Fused Zamasu is at 5.2 quintillion. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta at 26 quadrillion. Super Saiyan Rose Black at 20 quadrillion, and Super Saiyan Blue Goku at 16 quadrillion. These power levels are insane. But it all makes sense. If I have made any calculation errors, please let me know, guys. And after this, we shall be moving into the Tournament of Power. Leave a like, subscribe, look forward to it. I will see you all in the next one.